channel. Please subscribe if you have not already. On my page, whenever I come on, I do exactly what I say I'm gonna do. And tonight, or today, or whenever you are watching this video, I hope that you gain some kind of understanding and knowledge about not only what the word is saying, but what it has to do with you and your life and the environment in which you've put yourself into. That way you can possibly and hopefully, and I'll pray that you get yourselves out of the bonds and burdens in which you've ensnared yourself into. And it's easy for anyone to get themselves ensnared into a trap of lust or greed or drug abuse or just maliciousness towards your own spirit and to those around you. I mean, because some of the things in which we are actually agitated with and have anxiety and depressed about, these things are actually really delusions of where the real pain and joy comes from. So many people are suffering. So many people are challenging those who are trying to avoid suffering. There's so many things that are going on that if you pay attention to everything, your mind will not only collapse, but it will implode, and it will implode with insanity, and you will become an individual of chaos and confusion. But without further ado, and with all that being sidetracked, I would like to get into Proverbs chapter 18. And just for the record, I purchased a new Bible. I purchased every man's Bible. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a nice little Bible. This is the size of it right here. That's my hand size, so it's about big as my hand. Yeah, it's about as big as my hand. And it gives little notes to men after they read the scripture. It has all kinds of different maps. But I'm not going to open it up, and I'm not going to go all into detail about it, because all you have to do is go to Amazon and pick up any man's Bible. It's in every man's Bible. Go to Amazon, look it up. It's a nice Bible. Oh, and before I forget, it also comes in this beautiful box. It comes in this beautiful box. So if you're like a man like me and you have stuff all over the place, you might want this Bible in a box. That way you can just continuously put it in the box after every usage until the box gets beat to just nothingness. Then you get your leather case. We all know what to do, but the box is beautiful. Yeah, right here. So every man's. Yep, there it is right there. And when you go online, it'll show you this in greater depth. Beautiful book, though. And I like it because it's a lot more just, it's there. I might not need to look up any words. It's just direct, and I can understand a little bit better. But I do look at my other Bible. My other Bible I do look at to compare. This one was a New International Version. Me and this Bible have been through a lot. this Bible. My dad bought it when I was in a pretty dark spot, so presented to John Mike Jr. by my dad on a journey of life-changing events. And I would go through this Bible and pretty much mark which books I had read, and this one I also, but when I read it I would think about my children, so I put their name next to the Bible, the book of the Bible. But this book is, I feel as though I still need that, but I feel as though I've grown a lot more from that time, and I need something a little bit more direct so that way I can not waste so much time on words, but more of the theme and the whole idea of where we're trying to go with becoming closer to God. So without further ado, I'm going to read Proverbs chapter 18. And I hope that you all are relaxed. I hope that you all are relaxed. Chapter 18 of Proverbs. Unfriendly people care only about themselves. They lash out at common sense. Fools have no interest in understanding. They only want to air their own opinions. Doing wrong leads to disgrace. 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 Wise words are like deep waters. Wisdom flows from the wise like a bubbling brook. It is not right to acquit the guilty or deny justice to the innocent. Fools' words get them into constant quarrels. They are asking for a beating. The mouths of fools are their ruin. They trap themselves with their lips. Rumors are dainty morsels that sink deep into one's heart. A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things. A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things. A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things. A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things. I like that. That verse really stands out to me. It really does. A lazy person. A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things. So, when we have our people that we work with or that we're related to or that are on the community, and we know that they're lazy, we know that these people leave messes, we know that these people are selfish, we know these people don't think about the community, and one lazy person is subjective to ruin a whole village, a whole community, a whole world, if we're not careful. That is why people, although they might not be making the wages that they desire, they still need to get up and go and do something. Just because you're unemployed through the system does not mean that you should sleep all day and do absolutely nothing.
up and do something.
Do not be a lazy person. A lazy person is as bad as someone who destroys things. The name of the Lord is a strong fortress. The godly run to him and are safe. The rich think of their wealth as a strong defense. They imagine
It to be a high wall.
of safety. Money is not even a factor in what this COVID is doing to us. Some may think that it's the government. Some may think whatever. However, people are dying, rich and poor, just alike. You can say it's RSVP, you can say it's whatever, but the rich are no exception to death. The rich are no exception to cancer. The rich are no exception to anything that a poor man is susceptible to, except for the materialistic things that will perish when your vessel perishes. So, everyone is equal in standards of spiritness. So the rich think of their wealth as a strong defense.
They imagine it to be a high wall of safety.
Haughtiness goes before destruction. Humility precedes honor. Spouting off before listening to the facts is both
Shameful and foolish.
spouting off before listening to the facts is both shameful and foolish. That's chapter 18, verse 13 of Proverbs. This is important too because a lot of us have made so many assumptions in our lives. We've lost friends, we've lost loved ones, we've lost family members, we've lost children, we've lost respect, we've lost a lot of different things. We've even lost some of our church members because we assumed. We didn't listen to the facts. A lot of us, we see, but we don't hear. We see,
But we do not hear. Most will smell before they hear.
eyes, nose, mouth, then the ears. Listening is the last sense that people actually use. And that's depressing because we should be listening more than seeing, more than tasting, more than smelling. Because what goes into our ears hits our hearts and our minds and touches our spirit. The eyes, what if we're blind? But we need to hear. We need to hear the birds chirping, the wind blowing. God is all around. Listen. Even if you're deaf, you can still hear something. You can still hear a little something. Something. The human spirit can endure a sick body, but who can bear a crushed spirit? Intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge.
Intelligent people are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge. Intelligent people usually are quiet. They're humble because everyone to them has some information that can get maybe possibly them
A step further in their longevity toward life. A fool always needs attention, always has to be right. Always, 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 always has to speak. But an intelligent person
are always ready to learn. Their ears are open for knowledge.
make listening your number one access to important people. Giving a gift can open doors, gives access to important people. You never know who you're giving a gift to. That homeless man might have a cousin that's on the Forbes 500 list, but he's choosing to be poor because he's just wanting to see how the experience is. You never know. They had a show called Undercover Boss. It can be an undercover whoever. The first to speak in court sounds right.
Until the cross-examination begins. The first person to speak in court sounds right.
Until the cross-examination begins.
Flipping a coin
Can end arguments. It settles disputes between powerful opponents. An offended friend is harder to win back than a fortified city.
once you break trust with a friend.
Once a person sees your true intentions. Once a person really reflects on the two things that you're able to offer to them, life or death. Are you offering life or death to the people around you? Are you giving them longevity, or are you hindering their life? Those are the two things that another human can offer another human, life or death. And an offended friend is harder to win back than a fortified city. Arguments separate friends like a gate locked with bars. Wise words satisfy like a good meal.
Wise words, everyone.
Wise words. Let's always think about the words that we use. Do they bring longevity, or do they bring death to a soul? Those are the questions that we need to ask. Longevity. Longevity. Spiritual enhancements. Because if you're a friend, that means you've gotten and touched base with that person's spirit. So once you offend your friend, you have offended his spirit. And that's harder to win back than a fortified city. Arguments separate friends like a gate locked with bars. However, if you listen, because intelligent people are always ready to learn. If you're ready to learn from your friend, then your ears are open for knowledge and you go back and forth. But humbleness, you have to learn to be humble. A lot cannot be humble because of their pride. Wise words satisfy like a good meal.
The right words.
Bring The right words bring satisfaction. The tongue can bring death or life.
The tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequence.
The tongue can bring death. The tongue can bring death. The tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. If you're always talking, you're never learning. Learn to be quiet. Learn to be patient. Learn to be humble. Learn.
The man who finds a wife finds a treasure, and he receives favor from the Lord. Proverbs 18, verse 22. The man who finds a wife finds a treasure, and he receives favor from the Lord. He receives favor from the Lord. Verse 23. The poor plead for mercy. The rich answer with insults. There are friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother. The poor plead for mercy. The rich answer with insults. There are friends who destroy each other, but a real friend sticks closer than a brother. A real friend understands that you will be wrong, but they will be patient, because patience is love. Only through trial and tribulation will you know who your true friends are. But you have to be a true friend as well. You have to learn to listen. You have to learn to have understanding. So we are done with chapter 18. Please stick by for the quick notes that I'm going to read. Thank you for tuning in. And actually, I will make the notes from